Hi everybody, and welcome to the first video. I'm actually going to share my trading recap with you today. I'm really quite nervous to do this because I never really thought I'd be sharing my recaps. And as a beginner, as you can probably imagine, I feel like there's kind of enough of an emotional roller coaster going on actually trading itself, never mind sharing the performance. So bear with me if I'm a little bit unsure on this video. If you don't know me, my name is Emily Butler Meadows. I'm a beginner day trader and I did my training with Warrior Trading. So I started that course with them about 2 years ago now. And basically, over the last few months, I've been transitioning into live trading. I've been doing. Yeah, stop it. My dog's joining me on this video, by the way. um, so I've been transitioning to live trading, and I've had quite a few questions from some of you already about how I'm doing it. So I thought it would make sense to share some recaps with you. I'm starting from today. So as I say, I've already started a few weeks ago. I'll load up my account, my broker account just here. So I use the TradeZero account as I'm based in the UK. They're a broker who's based in the Bahamas and they allow you to get around the PDT rule because I'm starting with a small account. I think I started with just over $1,000 and it's been quite a choppy past month, to be fair. Understandably, just getting used to trading live. And you can probably see the information on the screen here, but they actually take out just under $80 commissions a month as well, which can be quite a lot to start with, especially if you've got a small account. So it's kind of important to bear that in mind, whether it helps to kind of add to your account monthly to cover the commission costs, but also there's extra costs for adding and taking money away. So the joys of having a brokerage, but you can't do it without them. So nevertheless, I'll treat today as the first day sharing my trades with you moving forwards. As I said, I haven't shared my previous trades for a few reasons. I wanted to get used to trading without the performance pressure. And I also didn't really think to share it with you, but now I feel like it can help. Maybe it can help other beginner traders out there or people who are getting ready to trade live. I don't know about you guys, but quite often I'll see on YouTube lots of different people who share how they've made hundreds, thousands of dollars a day trading, which is amazing, but it can sometimes seem a bit unrealistic when you're right at the beginning of that journey. So I'm hoping that my small figures might connect with fellow beginners out there, whether that's small winners or small losers. Hopefully more winners than losers, but let's see. It is a journey after all. um, so let's just dive into today's recap. So I'm just going to take this off the screen. So this is my desktop platform for TradeZero. You can kind of adjust the platform itself if you've not used it before. So I've set this up for myself and I actually have my charts on my other monitors. So I'll drag one of those over in a moment. So as I say, this is my bespoke TradeZero platform. I've got my open positions window here. Obviously there's no open positions. This is my closed position for my trade today. So just the one stock, CGC. 100 shares. I got in 1959 and closed at 2020. So I got my £60, $60.15 win there. And then there's the breakdown of my entry and my exit. And account details just gives an overview. So my start of day equity was 83279 and I'm finishing up 89294 after commissions. That about 99 cents to get in and 99 cents to get out, as it's under 200 shares, and then there's a few cents either side there. So I think tomorrow I should be opening with a start of day equity of around 890. And then obviously there's my margin buying power there. I've got a 4-to-1 margin with TradeZero. So I've had a green day. I've only taken one trade today actually. I traded a kind of mid to large cap stock. I traded a CGC, Canopy Growth Corporation. I actually traded the stock yesterday and had a green day on that one as well. And I was going to avoid it because I thought it was just continuation and I didn't think it would be strong enough. However, there was some news saying that there's been positive news for the cannabis industry by the feds. So I thought, well, that's quite a good catalyst. So I had a go and it worked out. I'm actually really happy with that because I did follow my plan on this trade. I used the 2-to-1 profit loss ratio. And ordinarily, I would have probably taken half off the table, taken half of my profit at my first profit target. But as I have got the small account and it is a more expensive stock, I only took 100 shares of the stock. So it didn't really feel much like there was much point in taking half off, because obviously that would leave 50 shares, and then I've got to remember the commission costs every time you buy and sell. It can add up. So I thought in this situation, I'll just take all the profit off, and I'm quite happy with that. I followed my rules, and green is good. So let's show you this chart for CGC. I'll just drag this over, hope you can see this okay. So I use a 3 chart layout. I've got the 1 minute, the 5 minute, and the daily. I do kind of switch about throughout trading, from the 1 minute to the 3 minute, and from the 5 minute to the 15 minute, just to get the kind of longer time frame confirmation for moves and for pullbacks. But I'm going to show you on this because this is what I primarily use to manage the trade. So this is the 1 minute chart, and let's just see where exactly I got in this to show you. So just looking back at my notes, CGC. So I actually got in at about 10 to 10. So I kind of watched this dip down, and as it curled back up, that was when I got interested. Now it has got this pivot line from the daily chart, which can be acting as a bit of a ceiling of resistance above there. But I actually got into this trade on this candle here. I think there might be a snazzy arrow I can use to show you properly. Let's see if I can figure this out. Aha! So 51, about here. So I got in at about, I think I actually got filled at 1960. So this level point here, and 1960. Just move that up a little bit. And I set my stop to begin with. I actually set a 30-cent stop, so it was just below the VWAP, which is this white line here. And obviously risking 30, I wanted to set a 60-cent profit target. So my profit target was 2020 up here. As I said before, ordinarily I would have taken some money off the table, but I did decide to sell my whole position. So it did work out quite well. I think in hindsight, I probably got in a little bit too early, because the 5 minute chart hadn't quite formed the bull flag pattern, but it did start to break out, and well, this is just part of my learning really. I felt like there was quite a support level there at 35, and I took the trade and it did work out. I guess these little bits of timings is part of the learning journey, and hopefully over time I'll get a lot better at that. So I'm not going to pretend to know everything. But as you can see, it worked quite well. Had this nice uptrend here. I think it's just been going through a little pullback here. As I say, I think I got out at 15:19. Well, that's my time here in the UK, so about 10:19. So I actually got out. I'll just have a look. Oh no, sorry, 10:10. That was when I got out. So it's back over here on this big green candle spike, and it hit 20. I didn't use any hard stops or hard profit targets. TradeZero do offer a feature, a range order, so you can, once you've brought a position, you can set a stop, and you can also set the high price target as well. And I didn't use it. I don't quite know why I didn't use it. I thought about it, and I decided to just keep it mental at this stage, because as I'm trading and as the stock is going up in this example, I've been kind of keeping like a mental trailing stop. So although my original stop was at 30, as it kind of got higher, I brought it up to 40, then 50. Again, I'm not sure if that's the best thing to do, but that's what I did anyway, and that's why I didn't do a hard stop, because I was very much just following this. And then fortunately it did hit my target here, so I got out. I'm quite happy about that as well, because when I took a trade yesterday, I know there wasn't a recap for that, but I actually, in the trade yesterday, it hit my profit target, and I stayed in because I got greedy, and then it dropped 20 cents. So I actually lost out on 20 cents yesterday because of greed. So today I was quite determined to just get out as soon as it hit my target. Now as you can see, it's curling up quite nicely here. I'm intrigued to see if it's going to break this 44 pivot point. It might break it and then push higher, or it might bounce off and trend lower. So we'll see what happens. I'll check that out probably later on. But that is my stock for today. So finishing the day up, 60.15. I hope you've enjoyed this recap video. Do let me know if you've got any questions or comments below, and I'm aiming to do these quite regularly as well. So hopefully you're going to see my account grow, but it is a journey and just taking it one day at a time. The target for now, for me, isn't actually to grow my account. That hopefully will just be a side effect of my target. My target is to be consistently green. So I've not got any exact profit targets. I'm just trying to keep that consistency going. And with that, hopefully the account will start growing. And once I've got a good few weeks or even months worth of positive data, that's when I'll start thinking about scaling up my positions as my account allows me to. Because as I say, this is more expensive stock. When I've been trading before, previously, I have been focusing a lot on the small cap strategy, which is the other strategy that I learned with Warrior Trading. And I don't know whether you've been following the small cap market, but it's actually been really choppy. Pretty much since I've been trading, I've just found it incredibly choppy. And I know that small caps are choppy. I've really given it a go, but I'm not sure that small caps is for me. I kind of like the little bit more steady approach that large caps gives, and they tend to give feels like they give more of a higher probability kind of workout from the charts. They tend to respect the technical analysis a lot more, or at least that's been my experience so far. But as I say, I'm on my learning journey, and I'm probably going to be learning things as we go along. So I hope you've enjoyed this, and let me know what you think. Remember to like and subscribe if you want to find out some more, and I'll catch you on the next video. Thank you. Bye guys.